Chat. You have an arcane quest to do. Where is
Here's
it?
how I allocate my energy on a job. 70% goes to investigating.
That's okay. Please
10%
stop
to making
talking.
a final decision.
Stop talking. You know what? Actually, wait. Let me switch my party. There we go. We have my exploration party. Return to special story. Okay. Okay. Weird.
Wow! The city is all decked out! Oh,
Are we
it's
voiced again fully?
beautiful. Festival season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
Hi, Bull. Welcome. Let's go to Catherine.
Greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Hey, Catherine! Still doing the whole no commissions during Windbloom thing?
In general, yes. The people of Mondstadt don't delegate their work to others this time of year.
I'm doing fine.
But-
Thanks for asking.
But...
That was an awkward
Feel
long
free to
break
take a
there.
look around. I think you'll pick up on something unusual.
Take a look around, huh?
What is it?
It's finally Windbloom. And here I am ruining everything.
You're a bit tired. No big deal. Give it some time. How about doing something fun tonight? We could take a stroll or go stargazing.
Stargazing? Like we'll find a spot. You know people start reserving places on Starsnatch Cliff the moment the sun goes down? Sorry, I'm just not in the mood. I should go.
Whoa! Something's off with Beatrice. She would never give up a chance to talk to Quinn. This is weird.
Oh,
Are we love
you're
experts
leaving?
now?
I can walk you home.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I just need some time to myself. Besides, there's still something I need to do. The truth is, Quinn,
I need that hat?
not
I don't
long
think
ago,
so.
I...
I think I'm good, thank
What
you.
is it? Is there something wrong?
Never mind. It's nothing. Actually, Quinn, I think we should stop seeing each other for now.
What the fuck? Why are we in the
Huh?
middle of a breakup?
Wait, are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought we were best friends.
Did you
It's
see
not
that?
a breakup,
Beatrice
it's a
ran off without looking
friend
back.
break?
Oh,
I-
we
huh?
go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best friendship stories.
Okay, Fiverr is just as
over.
confused as me. I'm like, huh?
So, is this what you meant by unusual, Catherine?
This is just one example. Beatrice has been feeling down for days. But that's not all.
Oh, it's the honorary knight in Paimon.
Everyone's depressed. What's going on?
You don't look so good.
I know a knight should be stronger than this, but I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't focus. I started sleepwalking out of nowhere. Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night standing in a random location outside.
You should see a doctor.
Are we all having sleep problems? Because
I
Mood?
did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine.
okay, strange.
Yeah, I even consulted Miss Barbara at the church, but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better.
Hmm.
Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see?
Like what?
Sorry, this is for me to figure out. It is Windbloom after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until next time, you two.
Okay, goodbye.
Huh. Is it something in the air, maybe?
It appears Miss Donna is also out of sorts. Oh, can I find
Is
a
everyone just
truly
depressed
fascinating
now?
man?
Wait, but Donna is the one
Is
who
it,
has a
did they
huge
see what
crush on
happened with
Caelynx,
Natlan?
right?
And we're like, yeah.
That's what I thought
Sucks,
too.
huh?
But she seems to have changed her mind.
Hi, Cooking God. Welcome.
Is that Captain Kaya? Huh. Now that I look
I
at
don't
him,
know anything about
he's
Escoffier.
exactly my
I'm
type.
sorry.
How come I never
I would
felt this way
recommend
before?
Googling it. Don't even know how she works. What the fuck? Why is he not voiced? Flattered, Miss Donna, although I do wonder whether that was intended for outside ears.
No, of course not.
I thought we're
I'm
over
sorry,
this.
Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And, have a happy wind bloom.
Intended to, my dear, but first a question. If you don't mind, what a sudden change of heart? I was under the impression Master Diluc was the object of your
Good
affection. What the
question,
fuck's happening?
Kaya.
So, you knew about that? Well, Master Diluc came into the city not too long ago, but when I saw him, it was like the butterflies just weren't there anymore. If I had to compare it to something, it would be like
Everyone else was
waking
voiced
up
so far.
and realizing you're married to a man you don't love.
The fuck? You guys are not married. What?
But then I saw you, and it wasn't that something was different about you. I can't really explain it. It was just a feeling.
I understand. I'm flattered. I was able to bring back the butterflies, but I do need to see some business, so I take my... Okay. Kaya is like, I do not have time for whatever the fuck's going on with you.
Surprised to see us?
I will see, thank you. Not at all. You are the exact two people I've been trying to find. So, Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? All good. How about yourself and the rest of the Knights of Favonius? The answer to that requires a private conversation. Catherine, do you...
Not at all.
She's literally
Catherine,
working there!
So, you said you were
You
looking
can't
for
just like
us.
push her away. She's working there. Yes, Jean sent me to find you when she heard you were back in Mondstadt. But let's discuss the finer details back at headquarters. Okay. I did think we are over this kinda not necessary part of the strike. How is it that only partially some people got like replaced? I'm so confused. Where do I go? So long I was here.
Ha!
Over here.
Ah, Kaya, you found them.
Yep, I managed to track them down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa, headquarters are packed. What's going on?
Honorary Knight Paimon. Huh,
Is
it's
it
an
just
honor to
called
meet you.
Note?
I believe introductions are in order.
Who's your favorite character? Lamy, you have Note, captain of the 2nd company. Scarehound, captain of the 3rd company. Eula, captain of the 4th company. And me, of course, captain of the 9th company. Oh, Eula.
You're all captains?
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll explain everything.
Okay, let's go to her, I guess.
Jean!
She voiced. Thank you for coming. Is everything alright? There are tons of people outside. Oh yes, that will be the captains. You know a few of them already, but I'm sure there are more that you don't know. There have been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, I gathered all the captains of the Knights of Favonius together to hold a trial.
But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine.
You still maybe have bad people you need to hold a trial for. I can't understand the confusion. You've never participated in one of our trials before. In truth, you haven't had the conduct of one in quite some time. The Knights of Favonius oversee most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interest of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the Church. Under the guidance of Barbados, the Knights uphold chivalric justice in the spirit of our order, and the Church carries blessings and goodwill wherever the wind can reach. And today's case requires a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help?
hold on. The group of people we saw in the corridor just now, there was someone missing. Where's Albedo?
Right. He's the captain of the investigation team. But we didn't see
He's the
him
one
out
on
there.
trial, isn't he? Keen observation. That happens to be exactly why I called you here. In the upcoming trial against Captain Albedo, we will do our utmost to understand the facts of this case and deliver a fair and impartial
Albedo
verdict.
is the one on trial? What did he do?
Existing. Jean, it's time! 4. Okay, come with me. I'm coming. Where do we go? We'll sit wherever you like. I only ask that you remain calm, no matter what you hear. Okay! Can you give me a little forewarning? What am I about to hear? Don't worry, the trial will be fair. Look, I trust in you, but you saying those words make me... When everyone is gathered, let us begin. With Grandmaster Warcare away from Mondstadt for the time being, I, Jean Gonhilder, will oversee today's proceedings. Mr. Dahlia, deacon of the Church of Savonius, will serve as assessor, representatives of our respective organizations, will ensure a just verdict in this case.
That's a new face. Deacon of the church. Does that mean he works with Barbara and Rosaria?
I guess. The defendant in today's case is the captain of the investigation team, Albedo. Albedo, what did you do? Certain aspects of this case are classified, and it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims are citizens of Mondstadt. As such, this trial is not open to the public. You just invited me! And I see people from the public! She said is not open for public. There are people from the pub! Am I tripping, chat? The identities of the victims are still unknown. If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now, the captain of the logistic company, Miss Herda... Okay, Herda looks different, huh? Will represent the charges. The court appoints Mr. Kaya to speak on Mr. Albedo's behalf. Are both parties ready to proceed?
Ready to proceed.
Miss Herda, the floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
What? Huh?
Murder?
Like, murder? Or just they disappear into a different, I don't know, dimension?
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendants southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
Okay. Was it one of our clones? Is Kaya the first time hearing this?
There's no way.
I mean, Paimon has to be here so she can just repeat what we got told.
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
So is that what she was trying to tell Quinn earlier?
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo. He
Looked
was
like, so
strapped
she's not
in
even like
bag of
sure.
some kind. I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body.
But was it a human body?
Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground.
Did you dig it up?
Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was terrified thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't
So
see
what
me.
she is saying, she has hearsay. She thinks she saw Albedo. She thinks there might have been a body inside? She didn't double check. Did anybody think of like maybe like going there and looking if there's actually like a body in that thing? And now turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. Of course he is not voiced. Oh, god damn it. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Avenios headquarters. That's right. The next day, the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of the text, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that
Can
night?
anyone attest to the fact that there is actually like a murder case here? No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
The missing fact of an actual dead body is also not sufficient enough for a trial, is it not?
This isn't looking good.
I don't see a case here! Huh? The crime did occur as you described. What about the body? You mentioned a joint investigation. Well, was the... Yeah, was it recovered?
Not yet.
What do you mean, not yet? In other words, you dug up the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing? You don't find that suspicious? Yeah!
I know what I saw.
You saw bullshit! You said you think you saw!
I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise,
Is there someone missing?
Never put myself out here like
Are
this.
we missing a person? Is this whole Carrie speech that this woman was like, oh, I think I saw someone. I think I saw someone bury something in the ground. But oh no, there was nothing in that ground. And technically, we're also not missing a single person. Huh? That's the... Okay, wait. I'm gonna let this go further.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene.
Okay.
The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
If there is no fucking body in the ground, I would say yes. And yet no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony
She can still
clearly
see
points to
ghosts,
a
I
crime,
guess.
And she has no reason to lie.
And this is... I'm so speechless. Okay, sure. Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? Yeah. You may believe otherwise, Miss Hertha, but I did not kill a single person. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there's no body or motive. Objection.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated.
There was
Spontaneous conflict can also
murder!
have unforeseen consequences.
Is she having a personal vendetta against Albedo and that's the only reason she is like playing into this?
Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Okay, what's the second charge? Because the first charge is like non-existent.
Second charge?
Please proceed.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery.
And did you find the body this time?
I now call the second witness to the stand.
Wait, that's...
It's the other guy, isn't it? Diluc? Like, that was not what I expected. I thought it's like the second guard guy that we talked to outside. What the fuck, Diluc? Still record what you saw. At around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo dispose of a body beneath a cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like the body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and smoothed out the ground to remove any traces.
We now have accounts from 2 separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
Do you have a body? I would only inquire as to what Mr. Diluc was doing in that area so early in the morning. Not the most opportune time for it. True. Is there such a thing? Down Vinery is my home. It's not unusual for me to take walks in the area. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time, that's all. Mr. Diluc is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo, yet the question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
What is it? And this is... It looks like the teeth and femur of a human. Now it does beg the question, if the burial was fresh, why is this all that remains of the body? But I suppose Mr. Albedo is the only one who can answer that. Careful now, Master Diluc. I do believe I hear a presumption of guilt in there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here.
Maybe he's getting rid of his own clones? I don't fucking know.
Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
So that's your angle. Alchemy. Logical assessment, but we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Albedo had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student, Sucrose. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long? Miss Sucrose was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning, with Mr. Albedo present. That's right, we were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
Yes, and I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
Did you never had an all-nighter, woman? Oh,
I do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I'll take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's alright, Sucrose. You don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The chief is paramount. Mr. Albedo. I see, then. I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. Do you understand? Yes, I know claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution's argument has its own holes. There has been no mention of a motive or what exact method could reduce a human body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence.
Sure, go ahead.
The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
Is it going to be out of context? Correspondence? Oh no, that envelope does look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth. The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Putrefaction and refinement.
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected. Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation, and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
I trust investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwriting, and that the letter makes more than passing mention of putrefaction and refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
But maybe someone... I don't know, man.
No, it can't be true.
I'm still there for like a clone. My theory is still a clone. I can't believe
A
it.
guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence.
We still kinda do.
But now, it seems the
We're
only remaining
lacking
questions are the identities of the victims and the
bodies.
specific alchemical process used in this case.
Or at least the names of the victims that are missing. Then we are in agreement. The evidence is conclusive, and the charges of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains. What? That's not how verdicts go. I do think in Fontaine they had like better verdicts. And they already were shit. People in attendance appear shocked. No one can believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo could commit such a crime. Dean stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appear hopeless in this moment. As you watch Albedo being taken back to headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something's hidden is about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people of Mondstadt have yet to discover. It's the clone, isn't it?
Something like that.
He wouldn't! You...
Nightmare.
Nah! Albedo told me a secret once, that he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could it have something to do with this case? But what? Following in Ryan the Tear's footsteps just because he's an alchemical creation? It would only make him more suspicious. Well, this took a turn for the worse.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
I've been here the whole time. I happen to have a message to pass along. For us? Yes, you're needed at Star Snitch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
You know when you get there. Go on now. Time is like the wind. It waits for no... Oh, is it Venti? You can review? The current story seems to be related to your past adventure. Okay. Give me a TLDR. It's been too long. Okay, shadows amidst snowstorms. You and Primo went to Dragonspine to ask Albedo, who was conducting research there, some questions about alchemy, only to encounter a series of strange events. Strange, soft noises echoing through the mountains that could not be traced. The ransacking and theft of alchemical notes at the campsite. Albedo disappearing after a chat outside a cave, but having no memory of the incident. At the same time, Eula encountered Albedo elsewhere on the mountain attempting to lead a child away. And he attacked Eula upon being discovered. You were able to confirm the presence of a mysterious figure personating Albedo. A running battle ensued, ambushing and being ambushed, hunting and being hunted. In the end, Albedo eliminated the giant mutant Whooperflower opposing him. Yet there were more than 2 people wearing that face. Look, I told you! It's a clown. Where do I go? I haven't been in Mondstadt in ages. Haven't been there in ages. Let me up. I don't have time for Leanne and her troubles. I could have flown a tiny bit higher, huh? It is what it is. I haven't been playing this game with voice on for a while. Hi, Venti. Oh, he is also not voiced? Oh, this is already pissing me off. I could hear a arrival up in the wind. Were you looking for me?
Venti, did you send us that message?
No. It was his cousin.
No, I did.
Oh, never mind. I'm sorry, Paimon, for lashing out at you, I guess.
Where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is,
Dahlia.
Oh.
Or something.
What is his name again?
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
So you called us here so we could meet with Venti?
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your minds, so I thought we should have a chat. After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
Wait then, you know about...
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
You mean his true identity, then? Yeah, we do.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Well, I knew from the moment Reindetyr and Elias brought Albedo to Mondstadt. When those two are in town, no one can afford to slack off. The Prince, a perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motive. His true identity is a potential
A
weakness.
synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
I wouldn't say that's the case, though.
Before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help your friend. Do you know about the situation, Venti? Me? Well, I know that Albedo is a synthetic being, and that a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even though Windblume should be about drinking and having fun.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
Share your observations of Venti and Dahlia.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is our fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
No, just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life, at least that's what Barbados would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the Seven know better than to tamper with fate. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in this time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt could be worse for it.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
I would have helped Albedo either way, buddy. Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being something, I don't know, Archon. You still have help, of course, which is why I prepared a little surprise.
Ooh, Hyman remembers that Jumpy Dumpty.
Why are we... What? Is Klee here? Don't worry, I removed the fuse, so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dodo communication device.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
We're all pals. Don't think she'd care if I borrowed it for a few days. Anyway, this invention was a little help from a trick of mine. Will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we can chat. We'll do our best to uncover the truth. That's all I ask. No matter what comes, you have the wind on your side. Okay. I guess I'm going back. Can I chit-chat with Albedo?
Hi.
That's new, that you actively have to like go somewhere and it's like not automatically triggering anymore. I know y'all must be shocked, but the evidence is solid. If we're being really honest, the evidence is not solid at all. Albedo's situation is not looking good.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
This version of events is hard for me to accept as anyone, but Waraka once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? A private matter requires my attention.
Team.
Let's just barge in. Perfect timing. Kaya has a favor to ask. Like Dean said after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He's been acting strange, and I can't read him for the life of me, but I need you two to start investigating the case. Investigating? Yes, it's also time for you to get involved. Are you sure? We're just I don't think I should be doing that. As well as honorary members of the Knights of Avenius and Albedo's friends, Kaya and I already have an official involvement in this case. We're a pair of fresh eyes. I know it's against the spirit of the reason to ask you of this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of a doubt. I will look into it. I know you get to the bottom of this. You've never failed us in our time of need.
But what if the accusations turn
Oh my god,
out to be
Paimon, just
true?
shut up! Then you will have done Monsha a great service, all the same. I'm expecting a retrial. Until then, you're welcome to have a look around Albedo's office at the 2nd floor. I'm counting on you. Okay. To the 2nd floor I go, I guess. Did we ever go up before? I'm uncertain.